all these meta tags that we specify are definitely not going to be displayed on the browser for the user. They will not be displayed. They are just for the browser's interpretation there. They are not for to be displayed, or they will not run like your programs and be displayed to the user there. They are just going to be in the browser. So then have a look at the next meta tag. Now you tell me which is the tag here and which is the attribute name and which is the attribute value.
Meta is tag.
Hmm.
Name is attributes, and keywords content is a attribute name. Keywords is attribute name.
Keywords is attribute name. Content is again an you have two attributes here, okay? One, this is the first attribute name. Its respective value is keyword. The second attribute name is content. Its value is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, I told you, it is not mandatory that you just give one attribute name. You can have multiple attributes. So you can see here all the attribute values are mentioned in double quotes. So here this is mentioned in double quotes. So content and name are attribute names and these are the values. It is like a keyword pair. Now here, what does meta name keywords, what these keywords tell you that, again this is for the search engines. Whenever you specify this in the content part, it is going to tell what your page describes. So if your page is about say website development or web designing, you will specify such keywords. If it is about e-commerce site, you will specify different keywords. So these search engines are going to look up in this particular meta tag for the keywords. Now, if I go to Google search and I type there, looking for web designing sites or any particular, if I know a site name, if I write that and search, it will look up and match for this particular content here in the keywords. But now Google has reduced its search engine optimizations work on this keywords because people are randomly just putting up any content in the keywords there just so that the particular page is searched and it comes on the top. You have to be specific and think and mention those keywords which describe your web page. Now have a look here. We'll go to the browser. Okay, I have two websites here. On the Google search bar, this is a company, okay, Web Design Royal is a company. I have just opened this website and I have right clicked and you can see here, this is the source code. Look up here for the meta tag in the head section. Here you can see the title. This is the title. Then look up for this particular first tag, meta name is equal to keywords. See, they have mentioned so many keywords here. So a particular person might search for web design. He might search for web design company Bangalore. He might search for web design company Pune. So when he searches this in the Google search or any other engine, any search engine, they want their website to be displayed. So similarly, I have another website here. See, I'm just going to right click on a particular website and say view page source. So this will open up. So have a look here again at these keywords. They have mentioned so many keywords here. So like this, you can think of all the possible names with which a user could search your website and mention it in this meta tag. So for each page, you can specify different keywords. So because a website will have 4 or 5 pages, the home page will give a different content. The contacts pages will have basically all like how do you contact with the information, the location, all such things. So again, you can change your content there. Next, we will go to the next meta tag here. What is the next meta tag you have? This one. The tag name is meta name again. And the attribute value this time it is specified as description. So what is this tag going to tell us? It is going to describe where, but describe on the search page for that particular website, and have a look at the content. Okay, again you have the same attribute names, only the values are changing. Here it is description and here it is free web tutorials. Now let us go back again to Google. Okay, we were here itself. So you have a look at the description here. Have a look at this tag. Fine. This is the description that is given. Now we will look out here. We'll come to Google, say I have typed for Web Forest Technologies. Now see the description here, what is appearing on the web page, on the search web page, I mean. It is the same description that has been specified here. Read it and compare it there. So see here, it is the same thing that is provided in the description. So if you are going to specify this meta tag, you make sure that it is relevant to your web page, because it is going to appear here in the search engine when I type for a particular website and press enter. So this is the description that is provided that for this particular web page. So similarly, let us check for this company also. So read this description that they have given and compare it here. The tag is here. See, this is the description that is given. And the same description is visible here for you. So this is going to be the description where that meta name and description, the tag, where it is implemented. So here it is going to be visible in this form. Are you following, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Let us go back again here. Look for the next two. So you have again meta name as author here, and next is the content. So here basically you will specify if you belong to a company, you're going to specify that copyright and you belong to this Web Forest Technologies or that Royal Design Bangalore. So you can specify that, or you can just, if you are a freelancer, you will write your name there. And then next you have a meta http-equuiv, and the value here is refresh, and I have specified in the content as 30. It means that this particular web page should automatically be refreshed, even if the user is not active on that page. He's just opened it in the browser and is continuing with some other work. If there is some data to be fetched from the server, so automatically you update this page. Then again, see, we are not going to make use of the last one, okay? But when you design basic websites now, for examples that we do, you can specify this in the head portion. Let us go back to the browser and check for these two companies here, if they have specified. Can you look out and tell me? Can you see that HTTP equal, and can you see that other tag also? Author, content and author. Do you find? Have a look here at the last two parts. So instead of writing author, they have written as copyright and designer, and you can see they have specified here the company name, Web Design Royal, and they have specified the for the designer is, they have mentioned his name, right? So here we'll look up for this. So you can see here again, they have mentioned the author, and the content, it belongs to this particular company. So they have specified here it in the head tag. You can also see the base tag here. Then, as I told you, we will be looking up for these when we make use of CSS. So you can see here, you'll understand this when we cover CSS. Then you have script tag here. So this is mentioned where, have a look here, it is mentioned in the head tag. And this strictly to be mentioned in the head tag and not in the body tag. So this is what is meta tag